A beautiful view here of the rapid developments in City Place on the shores of Toronto Harbor. The Nets are out of Brooklyn as they take on their Eastern Conference rival in today's game. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Williams is out there with Brown. Then it's Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. It's been a while since the Raptors were legitimately viewed as a threat in the East, but last year they were one of the top teams.
Yeah, and that was in a year, Kevin, where everybody assumed one of the New York teams would win the Atlantic. The Raptors were able to secure that division, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with going forward.
Now here is Lowry after the miss from Joe Johnson. Left side, DeRozan. Patterson setting the pick for Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. The timely screen gave him a step, but he took it all the way.
He ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Young's shot is off.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
Outside Lowry. Dishes it to Patterson. Back to Lowry. Here's DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Now here's Williams. High post Lopez. He's against Jordan. On the wing, Johnson. Ariza covering. Outside Williams. Feeds to Brown. Johnson kicks to Lopez. And another shot, and the basket good.
Well, they finally connect with their 4th shot of the game.
The Raptors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Outside DeRozan. Outside for Lowry. Ariza outside. Back to Lowry. Jordan the pass to Ariza. The wide open look here for DeRozan. No good. The Nets go the other way with it. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now here's Williams. Young outside. Williams kicks to Brown. Lowry against Williams. Another shot. And Young with the nice bucket inside. Young's got his first basket of the night.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Now here is Lowry. Jordan with a screen on Williams. Lowry kicks to Jordan. Misses the 3. The Nets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Lionel Hollins and I had a chance to talk just for a bit, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now, here's Ariza, following the miss by Brook Lopez. And Patterson kicks to Lowry. Elbow shot. Ariza dishes to Jordan to end the drought. And it's good on the layup. Nets trail by 4. Williams passes to Johnson. Good. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job. Joe Johnson is also sometimes called ISO Joe. because of his ability to produce buckets going one-on-one. There's nobody better in that situation in terms of creating a shot with ease and never shying away from the big moment.
The three. Ariza with the rebound.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Now, here's Lopez. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. And Johnson missing again.
Then you talk about Johnson's ability to get his shot off. 6'7", huge frame for a two-guard. And with his ball handling ability, he can really create space for himself.
On the wing, Johnson. Now recovering. Took him no time at all on that one. Johnson's got his second basket of the game. Outside Lowry. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And Johnson's so smooth, Clark, but you know, Joe, his size and strength, sometimes it seems like he could do more to press the issue and draw foul.
Well, you know, I'm not going to be overly critical. This guy is terrific as a one-on-one isolation player. Used to average over 5 free throws a game, but that number has declined. But that may be more a function of him maturing in his career and picking the spots to be aggressive and not wanting to draw contact. Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove. Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here's Bledsoe. Bledsoe left side. He feeds it to Ross. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
Williams kicks to Brown. Lopez, a screen on Fields. Brown dishes to Williams. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Boy, Lopez hunkered down and anchored in on that pick.
Bledsoe against Williams for three. Ross. And again, Toronto with the triple.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Outside Williams. Kicks it to Lopez. The 11-footer. And that one goes long.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Now here's Bledsoe. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Ross, that's good.
They couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's working, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Brown against Fields. Now here's Brown. Not a lot of room for the three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Bledsoe outside. He kicks to Ross. Back to Bledsoe. Shot on the wing. Again, Toronto.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
You know, one of the things the Nets did last year that was pretty impressive, they found value in a number of players who had been overlooked by other teams in the league.
Toronto leading by 11. The dish to Fields. Back to Bledsoe. Ross on the wing. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Terrence Ross, I think, has a chance to be an elite 3-and-D player at the NBA level. Has three-point shooting and defense for the uninitiated. Tremendous athleticism and a beautiful stroke make him an entertaining player to watch.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Ross. DeRozan comes in for Landry Fields. And it's Lowry in for Eric Bledsoe. And Toronto has possession following the bucket by the Nets. Lowry passes to Ariza. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. Puts up a three. And again, Toronto with the triple. And Terrence Ross can make some highlights, Steve, around the rim.
Yeah, so athletic. You'd like to see him get to the line a bit more. I think he has a tendency to settle, but you know, as he is, a pretty efficient scorer.
It's Anderson with the drive.
The Raptors weren't really dominant at home by any stretch last year, but they were a much stronger home team in years past, and I think that helped them get to the playoffs. No doubt about it.
And both free throws good for Anderson. Lowry with the ball. He has 7. Ariza outside. Outside DeRozan. Fires at the elbow. And the Raptors tack on 2 more. Guys, you know, the Raptors were solid, but not great at home. 26 wins was only 5th best in the entire Eastern Conference. But, Steve, they felt the advantage here in the playoffs.
Yeah, what a scene it was in this building last year during the postseason. The chants, the noise level, almost felt like a European soccer match in terms of the atmosphere for that first-round series.
Here's Lowry after Joe Johnson's score. Ariza kicks to Lowry. Outside DeRozan. Tries a 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
They're setting the tone early here, Kevin.
Jack dishes to Johnson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got 10.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Lowry passes to Ariza. From the baseline. Plumlee with the rebound.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Here's Jack. The kick out to Anderson. Pass to Jack. This one for 3. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist from Jack. 13 points for Johnson.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
Kicks it out to Ariza. And again, it's Toronto converting. Nets trail by 12. Outside Jack. There's the pass to Anderson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
And Jack kicks to Johnson. 6 to shoot. And it's Jack again missing. Toronto leading by 12. They get a hand on it. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession.
13 seconds.
Here's Valanciunas. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Lowry has the open look. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Lowry's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Raptors. Jack up on top. Again, the miss by Jack. And the Raptors call time here. Lowry from outside.
Wow. Oh, a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How did he get that to go down?
A nice release and some good concentration as well, but the biggest thing about that, a whole lot of luck.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we started the second quarter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Toronto.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
Terrence Ross is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Lowry. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. They get it back. Plumlee, no luck.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy.
You know, I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a skosh. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Kyle Lowry was a hot name in free agency, but he opted to remain with the Raptors, signing a 4-year, $48 million contract. As Kyle said, you don't get many opportunities to have a team you can call your own. Guys, after playing as a backup for most of his 9-year career, Lowry is excited to have that lead role.
He had to work to become a star player. That's great to see, Doris. Thanks. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Shots good by Bledsoe.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Shot by Jack. Wide open. The good-looking shot from the wing. Jack's got his first 2 points. Toronto leading by 22. Here's Bledsoe. 6 points for him. Lowry dishes to Bledsoe. Lowry a screen on Jack. Back to Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark. The Nets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And Jack, here we go, and it's blocked. Patterson passes to Bledsoe. Plumlee with the block. Here's Bogdanovich, guarded by Jordan. Plumlee sets the pick for Jack. And Bogdanovich kicks to Anderson. Soft touch off the glass.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Toronto's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. The drive by Jordan. Plumlee with the steal. 3-on-3. Jack with it. Lowry picks him up. Pass to Bogdanovich. And there's the feed to Teletovic. Shot by Jack. Wide open. Jack missing again.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Anderson dishes to Jack. Anderson kicks to Bogdanovich. Outside Jack, and here's Anderson from the arc. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Raptors leading by 20.
And here's Teletovic in his 3rd season out of Bosnia. You know, he once led the EuroLeague in scoring, and he loves to shoot. When he gets the ball, don't expect the pass. This guy is letting it fly.
He lobs it up. It's deflected. It's stolen by Jack. Pass to Plumlee, and stolen by Patterson. Now the Raptors moving it up. Lowry's got the ball. Shots good by Bledsoe.
Getting out in transition, guys. They're coming fast and furious.
They've got the deep gasping for breath here with 7 straight fast break points now, Steve.
Timeout called the Nets.
Career best performance from Kyle Lowry last season, posting best in scoring and assists. A lot of people felt like he was the player most egregiously overlooked when it came to the All-Star game.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
Here's Brown. The Raptors getting the bucket. Lopez right side. Williams with a clean look. Buries it from three-point range. Williams has got his 2nd bucket of the night. And Lowry, arguably the Raptors' best player last season. Despite that, Steve, he was the subject of repeated trade rumors.
Well, it was such a curious situation for Toronto. On one hand, you know, they were trying to rebuild at the beginning of the season, maybe get a top draft pick, and then all of a sudden their best player, and then, you know, he leads them to a top 3 seed in the playoffs. So it's kind of a strange season. Wow, what a shot. I'm not sure how he made that one.
Yep, heat check time.
It's DeRozan with the
get it! Absolutely filthy.
Oh, come on.
seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
Oh, man, that was just amazing.
And the Nets with possession here. The Raptors getting the bucket. Well, Joe Johnson, a 14-year veteran. Most of our fans remember him back in Phoenix, probably the fourth best player on that team. Steve, just go back to that time. I mean, just scary.
Well, if the Suns could have kept him, you think about what might have been. That was a team that came very close for 4 or 5 years to being a championship team, but never got to the finals. So Johnson moved on to Atlanta.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh, man.
Oh, man, does he ever.
And Williams, here we go. No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list, and he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Brown outside. From 11 feet away, and Valanciunas with the block.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Brooklyn's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Pulls up on the elbow. Williams with another miss. Toronto shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. And DeRozan throws it down.
Oh, man, they are just putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively. It has all been working for him today.
Williams attacking. Count the bucket. Williams has got 7. Toronto with the ball. Outside DeRozan. And it's Hayes in the corner. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul. And the Raptors with some changes. Johnson comes in for Chuck Hayes. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Landry Fields. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
He's on fire. And they needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
And the Raptors making a change here. Ross is checked in. And Williams, here we go. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Johnson with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Johnson's shot is off. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a cool 28% in the second quarter. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Johnson off on the layup. Valanciunas passes to Johnson. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Johnson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Brown outside. Young, a screen on Lowry. And Young kicks to Johnson. Clock at 6. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Reeves the dishes to Valanciunas. Tipped away. Young with the steal. Johnson goes in. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Johnson, just superb game. He has 17 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Valanciunas, a young big man with some offensive promise. He can score on the left block. He's developing a nice touch from mid-range. Very intriguing player with that size and skill set.
Deep 2 from Ross. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 14 points now for Terrence Ross.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
And Williams, here we go. There's the bucket, good. And Valanciunas, a mobile 7-footer with good hands. That's a nice start.
That's always a great place to start when you're a big guy. Can you catch it? And not only good passes, but can you catch bad ones and finish around the rim? He can do all of that.
And another basket for Toronto.
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
Certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
Here's Young.
Look out. Watch out now.
Assist from.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary, partner.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
No good from Ross.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
And stolen by Kyle Lowry. There's the lob to the hoop. And Ariza with the stop.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let him fly. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. Young with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Young against Johnson. Nobody near Williams.
They really haven't been able to get on track this quarter. I mean, things have just been out of sync for them.
They get it again. Outside for Lowry. There's the triple. The shot no good.
Well, after knocking down 3 3-pointers last quarter, he's starting to lose the range a little bit.
And Williams, here we go. Johnson, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist in this one. Toronto calls timeout.
Well, you remember when Darren Williams first got to the Nets, he was kind of a bare cupboard on that roster. Now a totally different story. He doesn't have to carry this team because he has so much more help.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hansbrough's come in for Amir Johnson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
He just lives above the rim. I mean, dunks like that have become routine for him.
Johnson kicks to Lopez. Shoots it up. The shot is off. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
And, you know, Darren Williams' usage rate has fallen off quite dramatically over the last 3 seasons. There's not nearly as much asked of him offensively, and I think that sits well with Darren Williams at this point in his career.
Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Lopez passes to Williams. Back to Lopez. Brown outside. 5 to shoot. From 11 feet away. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Brown. 23 points for Johnson. And Darren Williams struggling with ankle issues over the last handful of seasons, Steve. Cortisone shots, platelet shots. He had it all.
Yeah, the Nets hoping if they can reduce that load on him that finally the ankle troubles will be a thing of the past. But we'll see. He's getting to that age where it may be a chronic thing.
And it's Johnson again missing.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Bledsoe dishes to Ross. Feeds it to DeRozan. Here's Hayes. And another basket for Toronto.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Toronto ahead, just dominating this one. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, I've got Joe, and you started out with a great first half and seemed to have that extra boost in your game tonight. Did you feel you needed to take on a bigger role?
I'm just trying to be more assertive, man, on both ends of the court. You know, I think everybody has to step up, so I'm just trying to do my...
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Talk about a terrific game for DeRozan. 25 points, and he was able to come up with one steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Johnson. Deron Williams out there with Brown. And it's Young, and it's Lopez in at the 5. Roman the paint. That one misses.
Talk about a come-from-behind story. The Nets were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference before the calendar turned to 2014. But they slowly climbed their way back up the ladder and ended up having an excellent season.
Nets shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Williams kicks to Johnson. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Johnson's got 26 points. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And Bledsoe, here we go. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Well, you learn a lot about a player from the way he responds to adversity. And Eric Bledsoe, a player with tremendous potential, had to back up John Wall at Kentucky. Then he had to back up Chris Paul with the Clippers. But, you know, rather than get frustrated, he really made the most of those learning experiences, and now it's paying off.
And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
You talk about Bledsoe. He said in college and with the Clippers he enjoyed both of those situations. The challenge of the daily battles in practice against star talent. He showed a lot of resilience and determination to find his niche.
Johnson kicks to Young. Bledsoe with the rebound.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Jordan the pass to DeRozan. Right side, DeRozan. Rejected by Young. And stolen by Jordan. High, arcing shot. That's good. Jordan's got his second bucket tonight. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Bledsoe, guys, getting his chance last season with the Phoenix Suns to show what he could do in a starting role, and it paid off. His terrific play, Steve, was a huge factor in their surprising season.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. Unfortunately, he did lose some time to a knee injury, but knowing him, he'll battle back and once again overcome the obstacles.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Clock at 4. With the fadeaway.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Outside DeRozan. Dishes it to Ariza. Launches it. And the shot is good. Ariza's got 7.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Williams against Bledsoe. It's Williams with the drive. That's good. 11 points in the game.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Here's DeRozan. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Brown. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Johnson. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. It's DeRozan with the drive. Good. DeRozan's got 4 points in the quarter.
I love what they're doing, trying to put the hammer down, attacking the basket when they can.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
There's the bucket. Good. That's 28 points for Joe Johnson. The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Ariza outside. To the middle. Here's Bledsoe. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellows.
Here's Johnson. Lopez. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Lopez has got his second bucket.
And that's a really deft touch right there, guys.
And he just guided that ball back up and in. You know, Clark, just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Really well done.
Yeah, you don't need to catch it and gather and try to go back up if you've got that type of angle, and he really took advantage.
Johnson kicks to Lopez. Johnson dishes to Lopez. Back to Johnson. Launches a three, and that one's good. Johnson's got 31.
Another good look there, and that's his second three-pointer of the game.
And DeRozan. Here we go.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Williams kicks to Johnson. Goes up the baseline. Misses off the right iron. Raptors have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I would call it an irate finish.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
What a performance from Bledsoe here. 13 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Eric Bledsoe is still on the come as a playmaker and shooter, but because of his great physical gift, he is certainly a rising star in the NBA.
Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. Lowry comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And Williams, here we go. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ariza's got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's Jordan on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And it's 6 points for Jordan.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
Young with the ball. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Young passes to Williams. 6 to shoot. Here's Johnson. And the Nets miss again. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, it's been a nice game execution-wise.
Outside for Bledsoe. And again.
The rest of his teammates.
Net shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Left side, Williams. Johnson outside. Brown kicks to Johnson. Outside, Williams. Williams with another miss.
Their offense seems completely out of sync here. They're on the wrong end of a big run.
And then at the other end, it's been bucket after bucket after bucket, giving up a huge run here.
Here's Jordan. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Valanciunas is checked in for Toronto. And a new group in for the Nets. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Lopez. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Young. Allen Anderson's checked in for Brown. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Darren Williams. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Raptors.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
Johnson, a wide open look, and again, no good by Brooklyn. Lowry dishes to Bledsoe. Ariza outside. Back to Lowry. Fires for 3. The shot no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
He feeds it to Patterson. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
Then you really notice it at that end of the floor where they continue to get open looks and knock them down. He has not lost his focus today. Even when things haven't gone his team's way, he's still bringing it.
Kicks to Patterson. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Still Raptors ball.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Eric Bledsoe. And the Nets making a change here as well. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Johnson. Lowry has the open look. Good on the triple. Lowry's got 16.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive. For the first time in a long time, it seems that the Raptors have a clear vision of where they are headed and are on the right track, and it helps when you know where you're going. You can definitely feel a sense of hopefulness and optimism around this team and among the fans.
They swipe it. Shoots the three. Bogdanovich, no luck. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 20-7 run. Ariza passes to Ross. From outside, off the mark. Brooklyn's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Bogdanovich. And Plumlee kicks to Teletovic. The Nets working the ball around now. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. Well, if you were to say the Raptors weren't good before last year, that's not the case at all. They just seem to be stuck where they were.
Yeah, and often in the NBA, it's a lot worse to be stuck in a place than it is to be bad. You don't have a chance to bounce forward if you're stuck. When you're bad, you do get a chance to improve through the draft. And last year, the Raptors improved, and they've got a bright future.
Jack with it. Lowry picks him up. A shot by Jack. Wide open. Off the left rim and out.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
It's tipped. Anderson outside. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. 1:22 left in the third quarter. Anderson against Patterson. Here's Plumlee. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Toronto calls timeout.
Mason Plumlee was a tad old for an NBA rookie last season. He turned 24 in March. That perhaps affected his draft stock, but it certainly got into the NBA with an NBA-ready frame. And I like his mobility and quickness as a big man.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hansbrough comes in for Patrick Patterson. Andrew Fields checking in for Terrence Ross. And it's DeRozan in for Kyle Lowry. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Lionel Hollins was giving to his team. He was focused on their post play and was pleading with them to try to get the ball into the low post every trip down. Another part of what he said to them centered on his desire to see them shooting the ball every opportunity that presents itself. He said, "Fire away, guys. You've got the green light." Coach was not wasting any time at altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thank you, Doris.
And Plumlee's role on the Nets, attacking the rim and converting it over 70% at the basket last season, and an overall field goal percentage of almost 66%. Excellent efficiency. His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number one, they're ahead.
The Raptors shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And much more aggressive play has led to more free throw attempts for them here in the second half.
You know, that's how you do it, Steve. I mean, Defender pressing up on you, you press right back, get into him.
And Jack, here we go. Outside DeRozan. He kicks to Fields. Oh, good on the triple. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Toronto ahead, running away with this one. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. Raptor shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. Amir Johnson is out there with Hayes. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Hansbrough in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Bogdanovic passes to Teletovic. And Bogdanovic kicks to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Bogdanovic. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Hayes.
Tell you, he had all the time in the world to get that shot off.
And DeRozan throws it down hard. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
And the net shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Now, here is Morris. Guarded by Bledsoe. There's the dish to Morris. The pass to Bogdanovic. The 11-footer pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
You know, Kevin, he's not always looking to put up big numbers, but he's doing a nice job here.
Here's Toronto. Bledsoe dishes to Hansbrough. Johnson right side. And another basket for Toronto.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And Bogdanovic kicks to Morris. He dishes it to Anderson. Passes it to Morris. The feed to Teletovic. And that one goes long. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And DeRozan kicks to Johnson. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. 21 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
They set the pick off the screen. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 10 points in just the second half.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him. DeMar DeRozan is starting to piece it together. I mean, we see him up in his scoring average. He's shooting it better. He's passing the ball with more confidence. He's becoming more efficient. You know, after a big extension from the Raptors, I think they've got to be pleased with his progress.
Jefferson's checked in for Anderson. Morris passes to Jefferson. And Teletovic kicks to Bogdanovic. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Hansbrough, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted, the aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
And guys, when you look at DeRozan, where can he take the next step?
Well, he has the physical tools to be an elite perimeter defender. He's made strides, definitely, but he has the potential, I think, to be even better than what he is right now.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Nagata has checked in for Hayes. Terrence Ross comes in for Tyler Hansbrough. And it's Lowry in for DeMar DeRozan. Bogdanovic passes to Teletovic. No good on the triple. The Raptors have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Bledsoe outside. It's stolen by Jefferson. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by.
So you look at the game of basketball, it really seems to be on the upswing, and that's great news for the NBA. We know that those who play a sport are much more likely to watch it as an adult, and basketball is now the largest participation sport in high school and college.
And he sinks the second. The growth of the NBA really pretty incredible. 30 years ago, annual league revenues were about $120 million. Now, it's $4.5 billion. That's with a B.
Yeah, the league is really on great financial ground right now. I mean, franchise values are growing astronomically. The players sacrificed in the last collective bargaining agreement negotiation, but as quick as the pie is growing, I think everybody will be just fine, players and owners.
Lowry dishes to Bledsoe. Bledsoe right side. Lets the three fly. That's good from Lowry on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. And here is Morris. Pass to Jefferson. Here's Bogdanovich. He's guarded by Johnson. And Bogdanovich kicks to Jefferson. Here's Morris. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Corey Jefferson.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Feeds it to Johnson. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Morris passes to Bogdanovich. Dishes it to Morris. Pass to Bogdanovich. From past the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel. 0 points. Nada. He's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, you know, starting last season, the NBA added a 3D camera system in every arena to track movements on the court. And some of the shots that those cameras get are remarkable. They can measure just about anything you can think of, and it's opening up a lot of different ways of measuring and dissecting the game. Another example of the overreaching arch of analytics.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Hansbrough's checked in for Johnson. Ariza comes in for Eric Bledsoe. And it's DeRozan in for Kyle Lowry. For Toronto, they've gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. And going back to the new camera system, it seems it won't be long before every team has one. Really a revolution as far as evaluating the game.
Well, we are in an information age. There's no question. Stats, numbers, camera angles. The teams are really trying everything to get an edge over their competition. And it makes perfect sense. The big question is, how do you use that information? I think that's what teams are trying to figure out.
Tries it from 19, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And the buckets always coming in bunches for him. And right now, they are really rolling.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Good on the shot. DeRozan's got 48.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Now here is Morris. Jefferson, a screen on DeRozan. Here's Morris. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Here's Ariza. He's been up and in off the pretty assist.
They're taking so many shots down there, and they're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today, pound that thing inside.
Now here is Morris. He's guarded closely. No good with it. Toronto's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Ross with a wide open look, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Morris kicks to Bogdanovich. Jefferson passing to boom. He jams it straight down. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You got to challenge him a little bit at least.
No good from Clark. Toronto's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Tries a three. DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got 51.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Now Morris. The pass to Bogdanovich. Wide open look, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
DeRozan dishes to Ariza. Ross on the wing. And there are the Raptors with another bucket. Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. To Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
Yeah, and 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
Back to Ariza. He feeds it to Ross. Out to DeRozan. From downtown. Teletovic grabs the board. Teletovic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse records than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern, and I would say amen to that.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Toronto. Lowry comes in for Trevor Ariza. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Anderson's checked in. They shoot again. And Bogdanovich kicks to Teletovic. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Nets.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this. And guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last 2 teams standing are truly the best in the NBA.
Morris passes to Bogdanovich. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bogdanovich has got 26 points.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Morris dishes to Teletovic. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
Pushing it up. There's the lob to the hoop. It's deflected. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
That's turnover number 5 for him, guys, so he's got to be much better with the ball.
Clark, he's checked in for Jefferson. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Corner shot. And it's off the back rim. No good.
I'll tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the ring.
DeRozan's shot is good.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
The Nets shooting very well right now. 52% in this fourth quarter. Morris kicks to Clark. Up and in on the layup. They're making this a runaway.
Well, the only question now is how big will this lead eventually become? I mean, this is a blowout.
Anderson against DeRozan. And that is good. DeRozan's got 55.
And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
And he gets it to go.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
Toronto calls timeout. They're leading by a ton. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
It's almost like they're rubbing it in a little bit with this timeout, guys.
Yeah, not really much to talk about. Let's get the game over and move on.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kyle, congratulations on this win. Tell us what the team's objective was tonight that most helped in getting this victory.
Everybody played. We all played together. We stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Cohesiveness and aggressiveness, a pretty good combination. Thanks for the time, Kyle. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.